Czech Republic versus South Africa before the kickoff FIFA World Cup 2026. What if I told you that for one of these teams, the FIFA World Cup 2026 could practically end today? After painful defeats in the opening matches, both the Czech Republic and South Africa are live at this crucial Group A encounter, knowing that another loss could leave the World Cup dreams hanging by a thread. Patrik Schick and the Czechs are desperate to revive the campaign after falling to South Korea. The Bafana Bafana are equally determined after a difficult opening defeat against Mexico that also cost them two important players through suspension. Only one team can take a giant step towards survival. Who will rise under the pressure? In this video, we'll explore the latest team news, the suspended players who could change everything, the history of both football nations, the stars to watch, the tactical battle, the World Cup ambitions of each side, and my full prediction for this decisive clash. Trust me, you do not want to miss the story behind this match. Stay with me until the end because this is not just Czech Republic versus South Africa. This is survival, pride, and World Cup destiny on the line. Let's get started. Hello and welcome to Watch for Sport. My name is Wilfred Rambona, your presenter for today's football storytelling and World Cup analysis. You are watching Wi-Fi Sport, your home of football stories, tactical analysis, and global football passion. Thank you for joining us. Now let's welcome you to this crucial Group A encounter. Czech Republic versus South Africa, a battle between two nations fighting to keep the World Cup hopes alive. How about match details? Today, Thursday, June 18, 2026, the Czech Republic faces South Africa in the second match of Group A at the FIFA World Cup 2026. The match takes place at the magnificent Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta, in Georgia, in the United States of America. Czech fans said before the match, "We lost the first battle, but not the war." South African supporters answer with determination. Bafana Bafana still believe, "We are not going home." Czech captain Ladislav Krejci says, "We know the importance of this match. We must react." South Africa coach Hugo Broos responds, "We have difficulties, but we still have enough quality to fight." The Czech Patrik Schick adds, "We need to be more clinical than we were in the first game." South African fans continue to believe one victory can change everything. Czech coach Miroslav Kubek remains calm. "There is pressure, but we are ready." And finally, the South African faithful send message, "We'll fight until the last minute." Ladies and gentlemen, the stage is set. One of the most important matches of Group A is about to begin. Located in Central Europe, the Czech Republic carries the rich football legacy of former Czechoslovakia, twice lines up at the FIFA World Cup. Located at the southern tip of Africa, South Africa remains one of the continent's most recognizable football nations and the first African country to host the FIFA World Cup. The kickoff is set at 12 p.m. Atlanta time. It means at 6 p.m. Johannesburg time, and the Prague time, it means at 4 p.m. GMT. This is more than a group stage match. For both teams, it already feels like a knockout game. How about FIFA ranking for June 2026? Czech Republic is ranked 44th in the FIFA ranking, whereas South Africa is ranked 61st in the FIFA World Ranking. How about absent players and impact? The Czech Republic enters the match with a fully available squad. Coach Miroslav Kubek can rely on all his key players, including Bayer Leverkusen striker Patrik Schick and captain Ladislav Krejci. Having a complete squad is a major advantage in such a decisive match. The Czechs can field the strongest possible lineup and maintain continuity after the narrow defeat against South Korea. South Africa arrives heavily weakened following disciplinary issues during the opening defeat against Mexico. Timber's reign suspended after receiving a red card against Mexico. FIFA later extended his suspension to 3 matches. Stefano Yaya Sitol suspended after his red card in the same match against Mexico. The absence of 2 experienced midfielders significantly weakened South Africa's midfield balance. Coach Hugo Broos must recognize his team for one of the most important matches in recent South African football. How about head-to-head history? The Czech Republic and South Africa have already crossed paths in international football. This is the first ever meeting at the FIFA World Cup. Today, a brand new chapter begins between Europe and Africa on football's biggest stage. How about World Cup form and momentum? The Czech Republic opened the campaign with a frustrating 2-1 defeat against South Korea, despite taking the lead through the captain. Now they need points. A second defeat could leave them on the brink of elimination. South Africa also suffered defeat in the opening match, losing 2-0 to Mexico. The match became even more difficult after the 2 red cards reduced their chances of mounting a comeback. The objective is simple: stay alive in the tournament. How about players to watch? For Czech Republic, there are Patrik Schick for Bayer Leverkusen, Ladislav Krejci, the captain, Thomas Susek from West Ham United, Vaclav Cerny, Adam Lezek for Bayer Leverkusen, Lucas Provod, and many others. For South Africa, there are Percy Tau from Qatar Sport Club, Teboho Mokoena from Mamelodi Sundowns, and Lon Williams from Mamelodi Sundowns, Evidence Magopa from Orlando Pirates, Mahradi Mayambera, Kosinati Sibisi, and many others. The Czech Republic brings physical strength, experience, and aerial power, whereas South Africa brings speed, energy, and determination. So, who is the favorite? On paper, the advantage belongs to the Czech Republic. FIFA ranking, squad availability, World Cup history, experience in major tournaments. But South Africa carries something equally powerful: resilience, pride, and desperation. And desperation often creates surprise at the World Cup. How about my prediction? Czech Republic can win South Africa 2-0. This is my prediction, but the final whistle may bring another result. Suspension affecting South Africa could prove decisive. Patrik Schick's quality in front of goal may ultimately make the difference. However, expect Bafana Bafana to fighting until the final whistle. How about football history and evolution of each side? The roots of Czech Republic stretch back to the former Czechoslovakia, one of Europe's historic football powers. Czechoslovakia reached the FIFA World Cup finals in 1934 and 1962, finishing lineup on both occasions. After the country's separation in 1993, the Czech Republic continued that football tradition. The nation's modern generation included Pavel Nedved, Kelo Pavolski, Tomasz Rosicky, Petr Cech, and Milan Baros. After a 20-year absence from the World Cup, the Czech Republic returned to the football's biggest stage in the 2026, determined to write a new chapter. South African football has a unique place in the world football history. After years of international isolation, the country turned to global competition in the 1990s and quickly became one of Africa's strongest football nations. South Africa won the Africa Cup of Nations in 1996 and later became the first African nation to host the FIFA World Cup in 2010. Legends such as Dr. Khumalo, Benny McCarthy, Lucas Ladebe, Steven Pienaar, and Itumeleng Khune helped shape the identity of Bafana Bafana. Qualification for the 2026 World Cup marked South Africa's return to the global stage after a long absence and signaled renewed ambition for the future. Now I want to hear from you. Will Czech Republic revive its World Cup campaign, or can South Africa overcome adversity and keep its dream alive? What is your prediction for this crucial Group A battle? Leave your score prediction in the comment section below. My name is Wilfried Rambona. You are watching Wi-Fi Sports. Enjoy the World Cup and see you in the next video. Ciao.